Okay, EOS friends, the topic today is the LMA tool, and I'm going to do a quick teaching of it. And through that teaching, I'm going to pause so you can use this tool like it's meant to be used as a reflection for you to assess yourself as a leader. This is one of the things I love about EOS, and I've spent thousands of hours in classrooms teaching leaders tools that, frankly, when they left, I don't know if they ever used them. The LMA tool is designed, and you're going to see it as I walk through the 5 leadership practices and the 5 management practices, that all of the things we're talking about are baked into the EOS process. So I always look at EOS as creating a leadership development program in your business. So if you use this right, this will continue to challenge you to be a great leader. All I'm going to do is go to the toolbox part of your manual, and there's 2 pages that I'm going to walk you through. And I invite you to open your book right now and go to those pages. And I'm going to start with the 5 leadership practices. So here's what I want you to think about. How many people do you directly lead today? Write that number down somewhere on that page. And if you're maybe a department of one, you're leading a department like marketing or HR, sometimes they're a department of one, I want you to write down the names of the people that really you influence and not necessarily manage them, but maybe the 5 peers on your leadership team. Because they're very dependent on you giving them clear direction and leading and managing your function. So write those names down, and then I'm just going to walk you through the tools, and I'm going to ask you a question on each one of these. For those names, those people you lead, yes or no, are you doing this for all of those people? So the first one is, I'm giving clear direction. It's very simply, are you using the VTO to create a vision for your function? Yes or no? And then if it's no, do you know what to do to get to a yes? The second one, I'm providing the necessary tools. Your time, resources, training, technology, people. Are you providing the necessary tools for your people to be successful in their role? Yes or no? The third one, I'm letting go of the vine. Okay, if you've set clear direction, if you've given them the tools, are you letting them do their work? Are you delegating and elevating? Yes or no? The fourth one, I act with the greater good in mind. Again, company needs first before your function. Yes or no? So number 5, I'm taking clarity breaks. Remember that time you committed to go off and refocus, recharge, you build your confidence back up and go back a more focused leader and back into the business? Yes or no, are you doing that? So the key being that anything that's a no, ask yourself, do I know what to do to get that to a yes? And that becomes your action plan. And we'll talk about that when we get to the end. So those are the 5 leadership practices. Remember, leading is working on the business. That's on the business stuff. Then you're going to go back in the 5 management practices. Again, with your direct reports, management is working in the business. It's communication. It's managing the day-to-day work so that you're reaching, helping people reach the vision. So, first management practice: are you keeping expectations clear? Remember, rocks, scorecards, all of those tools help make it crystal clear what each person on your team needs to be focused on. Are you keeping expectations clear? Yes or no? The second one: am I communicating well? A quick test on that is write the 6 names down and what's on their mind. What's big at home, at work? What are the big things they're challenged with? What are they excited about? Do you know how they're feeling today? So are you communicating well? The third management practice, I have the right meeting pulse. Meaning the fact that you have a meeting pulse set up within your department, whether it's daily, weekly. We give you weekly and quarterly rhythms, but do you have the right meeting pulse so everyone's staying connected? And teams are working together because they know what each one is, the right knows what the left hand is doing. So do you have the right meeting pulse? Yes or no? Okay, so number 4 is I'm having quarterly conversations. Remember the 5-5-5 tool, which is your commitment every quarter to sit down with each one of your people and have a conversation around their performance. Are you doing that? Yes or no? And then the final one, I am rewarding and recognizing. Are you holding fast to the 24-hour rule, where if it's, you're criticizing in private but you're praising in public, and if anything needs to be communicated, you're doing it quickly? So are you rewarding and recognizing your people? Yes or no? I'd like to wrap this up with a challenge, and that is take some time on your own to go through this checklist and answer honestly yes or no to each one of these questions. Answer the question in each one. If it's a no, do you know what it's going to take to get to a yes? And then I'd like for you to go out, and those people that you identified as you have LMA for, I want you to go out and set up a time with each one of them and to ask them to rate you on each one of these in a conversation. And what you're going to find is two things. One is you're probably a little bit harder on yourself than they are. So you'll get some good feedback on things that you're doing really, really well. And there are going to be some things where they're going to say no to. No, you're not doing that, if they're honest. And then the follow-up question to them is, okay, what can I do? What's the one thing I can do to make that no to a yes for you? So once you complete that, you'll have a pretty good map of where you are as a leader today. And your challenge over the next 3 to 6 months is pick one thing at a time and make the changes to move that from a no to a yes for you. And if at any point in time you're struggling with that, like, Scott, how do I do this? Just give me a call. You know where to find me. So that's the LMA tool. And until next time, go lead.